I'm
Nicholas.
and
I'm
Joshua.
and
We're
and
doing
your
favorite
mom
podcast.
called
Seriously.
Sidetracked.
Yeah. Woo! Great to
And-
be here tonight to witness your sliming.
And
We
have
a very
it's 2 words, Josh.
2 words, 1 Josh.
Oh, dude, how did you know? That's my kink.
Okay, well, I have to say, speaking of that, I have to say this weather is really, really messed. Like this weather lately, it's been pretty nice with the sun, guys, but today it is just, the heat is brutal. It is like just a laser beam from the sun, and it just hugs you and holds you and pulls on you like chains. It's crazy. Am I right, Nick?
What, not know the BDSM convention was in town.
Yeah, that is very true. I think it's coming because they're building a convention center right where we are. They got this project. It's really great. It's like this little village thing.
Okay, yeah. The sun is out and nice and it's beautiful, but sometimes I just wish I'd put some sunglasses on and just chill.
Yeah, I kind of wish I brought my sunglasses. I just didn't think of it because I really love my sunglasses. I feel like when I put them on, I just feel so much more epic and confident. Like I'm like, oh, sunglasses, Josh.
Why is that? Do you think it's because someone can't see like do you think when people squint it just seems like they're not confident, and so that's why sunglasses portray the cool confidence? Or is it maybe it has to do with the association with summer, and then when someone wears sunglasses we associate them with summer, so we think cool, confident.
I mean, I would say I definitely associate sunglasses the most with the summer, but I mean, there's people who do wear them all year because sometimes in winter, even when it's cold, the sun can be very, very bright, especially when people are driving. Especially when
the light bounces off snow.
Yeah. And just to add to your point, for me personally, what it really is when I have the sunglasses on, I don't know, it's just like I just feel like, when I see my own eyes and everything, like if I'm recording a video or I'm taking a picture, I don't know, I feel like I look so much like, I don't know, I just look more out of it. But if I have my sunglasses on, I just look like, all right, I'm Josh from the future, I got this, I don't have to look really at myself, I'm seeing this sort of image of myself kind of, with that, it's that kind of thing.
Yeah, but then, if you're not looking at yourself and you're looking at a future self, then isn't that future self not going to happen? Because you spend all your time looking at the future self that you never spend time becoming your future self.
It's true, or though it may be the point that I've already become my future self and we just don't know it yet,
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
Your future self is actually me.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I have big news to tell you, Josh.
What the New Knight Army is going to expand?
No one knows what that means, Josh.
But if you're me, then you would know what it means. So
I don't know what it means.
Oh.
No one is...
Oh, you got hit by the memory wipe from episode 53, right?
Anyway, welcome to Seriously Sidetracked. I just got out of work. My face is dirty as hell. Josh just got out of woman, and and now we're just chilling and avoiding the heat. I actually brought something for us to read.
Oh boy, is it the Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx?
No, that's next episode.
Spoiler alert, people.
So, since you keep talking about your self-insert fan fiction all the time, which no one ever knows what it truly is, especially if you're a new-time listener and haven't been Josh's friend for the last 7 years, you don't really know what he means. I do. Because I've been his friend for more than 7 years. Actually, I've been his friend for about a century.
It all started in that gym class, and when I was a freshman, you were a sophomore. They used to tell me all about how in Mario RPG, there was a whole thing where there was this dirty joke in Peach's room with something that she had, and it was something, it meant something else. And it was really interesting. I have to say that was a really interesting detail. What are you doing?
I don't know. So, I would like to read about a chapter. I call it a chapter, but it's literally one page. But I wrote basically enough to fill an entire notebook of a self-insert fan fiction I wrote in 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know what to call this segment, but I think I'm going to call it Please Stop.
Okay.
I'm going to call it Please Stop.
So you want me...
So either you or me, at some point, we're going to have to say, please stop. And then, it's self-explanatory.
Oh, okay.
So this had multiple names. I really liked puns, so I tried to call it the Roosters, which was half runners, half chasers. What? I have no idea what that meant. The Ruros, 1/3 runner, 1/3 chasers, 1/3 heroes. So that was awful. We haven't even gotten to the story. I guess the first book was supposed to be called Rescue. I didn't know how to spell that. The second book was Run. Third book was Hide, Part 1 and 2. Fourth book was Fight. Alright, so I wrote this on September 10th in 2009. Chapter 1. I have no idea what I named Chapter 1.
I think does this say the starfight, the suppile? I'm trying to read that. Suplight. Is that like a rare element?
So
like
I'm gonna read the things I crossed out because I think that will add to it. Chapter 1. I can't believe it's happening. I can't believe it's happening. Wait, let me try to be talk like my 6-year-old self, my 6th grade self. I can't believe it's happening. You know what? No, I think people will get tired of that real time.
You want me to do like a voice?
Nope. I can't believe it's happening. I never thought it would happen. All right. Now, if you are wondering what's happening, let me go back and get it. So, already has happened 3 times. I'm Nick. I'm called a nerd sometimes. So, this was back when being a nerd was like something still like you got made fun of.
Yeah, I was stigmatized.
I'm called a nerd. No, I'm pretty sure nerds, the being bullied for that was kind of out the way. So, it's still...
No, because it was just kind of a stereotype, I feel like, at the time.
All right. I'm called a nerd sometimes. No one really likes me, and I get beat up a lot. None of those were true when I was a kid. People liked me, I think.
I did.
No one beat me up. You beat me up, Josh. That's how we first met.
Oh, that was in the other universe, Universe 10. Yep.
It is impossible to talk to the girl I like, who I called Mysterious Girl. That's all no one knows where she comes from. I don't even think she notices me. People keep telling me you'll never become a success in life. So I was going to the bank with my mom. Wow, what a transition. I stayed in the car while she went in. Then I saw one of my friends, Nick P. So there's already confusing. That was based off another friend of mine who was also named Nick, but he had a different last name. So that's how I differentiated.
Oh, so you also put other people in the story.
Yeah.
I had 2 Nicks in my story,
Yeah, but the difference, Josh, is that I wrote this when I was in 6th grade. You wrote that last month.
Yeah, I did. It's been in my mind for a long, long time.
And I saw one of my friends, Nick P, and got out and started talking to him. We talked about the usual things. Then we suddenly heard a scream. Me and Nick ran into the bank. Oh, God.
Oh, this is the bank robber saga. I remember this.
Chapter 2. Me and Nick ran it. Okay, this one's actually a bit more. Chapter 2, The Chase. Me and Nick ran into the bank. Did I mention it's one of the biggest banks and discounted to others? Oh my gosh. When we got in, we saw a lot of big guys holding everyone, including the girl I liked. And Jake. Oh my gosh. Jake, yeah. Another kid that was my friend. And getting the money. 2 guys saw us and ran after us. Me and Nick ran so fast they fell over. We decided to get Mysterious Girl and Jake. After that, we ran outside. Okay, please stop. I'm gonna stop.
Okay, all right, everybody. So I guess that's please stop. So let's really dive into this very telling character piece.
Oh my gosh.
So this other Nick, is he from the U.S.? Is he from the U.K.?
Yes, he's from the U.S. Where else would he be?
I tell you, like Nick Rhodes. I was in a band once, Duran Duran. I was the keyboardist. I'm still the keyboardist, actually. But yeah, that's who Nick Rhodes is.
Who?
Because in my story, I wrote the other Nick. That's actually a real celebrity.
Really? So
yeah.
Okay, so I'm the primary Nick in your story, right?
Yeah, that's why I changed it to Rhodes, because it would be easier to keep track of.
Or you could just never call him Nick and just call him Rhodes.
Yeah, that's what I said. I changed the script to be like that. I know you guys.
So what happens when you get copyright infringed?
Well, no, I wrote a bunch of alternate names for everybody, and like it's supposed to. It's
so what happens when I sue you for using my likeness in your story?
Well.
Are we gonna still be friends after I sue you for all the money you have?
Well, I don't know, because tomorrow you're gonna be fighting in a tournament. Did I tell you about that?
So what happens when I sue you for all the money you have?
Well, what happens is, I'm gonna send in my goons. See, guys, I have like whole connections.
Goons don't work in court of law, Josh.
No, well, I mean like underground. I have connections in high places.
So that'll be you trying to
rig the system in my favor.
So then that means not only will you lose all the money, you'll also probably go to jail.
No, I built the jails.
So in essence, you'll go to jail for writing something that a self-insert story. So congratulations, you get the punishment that everyone on fanfiction.com deserves.
Oh, then maybe we could set a precedent, and I could. Or wait, what if I become a martyr? It's like, oh, Josh Noonan went to jail for all of us and all of our fan fiction. Let's stand up for him and rise. And then they become the real Noonanite army. They actually rise up. They got like the cosplay and the furry suits, and they come in and they whack each other with like the pool noodles, and they like that battle of the Joshes.
Fight.
Yeah, I won that.
I kid, but in all seriousness, there have been times where authors have tried to sue or copyright claim fan fictions, like legit fan fictions on fanfiction.net and Archive of Our Own and shit like that. It's really sad, and it was a while. There were a couple of years when those websites first started where they had to find some ways to try to get around that and not get legal trouble. But after a while, authors kind of backed off and kind of saw that it was like, oh, okay, well, just no one's making money off of it. It's just people expressing their love for my series.
Yeah, and I mean, all attention can be good attention in business. It just depends. Like sometimes you could use like a sort of ironic kind of like, oh, they thought this product we made was bad. Well, let's actually like have our like social media like make memes about it, acknowledge that, and then like build up a sort of cult following around the negative feeling about it, and that kind of it's that ironic culture. I know we talked about this in the first episode.
The Yandere simulator, how like it's become ironic with the developer. Or like
just like how people are about but different movies and shows, and then they make like the memes and that kind of thing.
Yeah, so what sucks about the arrangement, the way that these websites have been able to continue doing what they love and get in trouble, is no one can make a direct profit off of this. Which in most cases it makes sense. I mean, it's good writing practice, but there are a few fan fictions out there that are just so good.
Yeah, like like the PBS Kids Dragon Ball Z crossover. That was one of my favorites.
I have tried, and I've seen friends on the website try. They try to set up Patreons, right? And they can't. There's a block on even typing out the word. And it's like, well, it's not like they're profiting off the fan fiction. It's just like, A Patreon is like, I'm donating so that way you can continue to do the things that I enjoy you do. And it's a weird gray area, and it sucks.
Isn't all of life like kind of a gray area when you really would, like, after you get past like the
Yes.
childhood phase, you start to see that in the world.
It is. Well, and then there's like some of the old people I see who started seeing things in gray and now went back to seeing things in black and white because to see things as they truly are, to even get close to seeing things as, what, of course, like what they truly are, quote unquote, because what things truly are to everyone is different, and determining the actual truth is not as simple as that. But to see things in the shades of gray, even if you and I disagree on what the shades of gray are, but to see things as complex.
Yeah, like 50 Shades, I agree. 50 Shades. It actually started as a Twilight fan fiction.
To see 50 Shades takes a lot of energy because that movie sucks.
Yeah, but it started off as a Twilight fan fiction, so it connects to what we were saying.
Brilliant. But yes, to see things as complex, it does take energy. So I understand why people see the world in black and white. But the thing is, it's a limited energy, limited time way of looking at the world. If the more energy you spend looking at the world, the more you can appreciate its beauty and its complexity for all its good and bad. For all its good and bad, it is complex and it is beautiful in that way.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with you that it just is. And I think what you mean about like older people, it's just like when you're really at that age, your mind is starting to slow down and settle down. You know, it's like that says you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but also just on top of that, just again, you're getting closer to, an end point. And, when you're at that point, it just really, it's kind of not even like consciously, you're just subconsciously, your mind's kind of being like, I'm just going to stay in this spot and I'm going to stick here, whether it's a job, whether it's you're going into retirement and you're just done with that. You're more disconnected from the world. Now you're not really connected to the workforce and their needs and that kind of thing. And it just becomes like, and then really you kind of long for the past in a way because now you don't have as much energy and you're slowing down. So then you kind of glorify what came before it. And then you start to see that as like the good and then the bad is the present. And then it becomes harder to look at it like constructively.
Like every generation, around this time, things started going downhill and nothing's been good since then in the world. Like, isn't it such a coincidence that happened at a time when you basically became disillusioned with life, and how basically a lot of people throughout history have said that, like, oh, everything in the world built up and got better and better to build up to lead to your life, right? But then once your life started being on the back nine, now the world is going downhill. That, statistically speaking, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that it would rise and rise and rise, and somehow in the middle of your life it starts going down. The entire world and its progress and its morality. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think that's just a personal kind of feeling of like, longing for the past and not really knowing how to articulate it fully because it's just like now it's kind of distant from you and your memory of it's fading.
And they blame the world on them believing they're not in their prime. When in reality, you're always in your prime. It's just what your prime is going to be different.
Yeah, being your best self.
It's just about being the best version of yourself and accepting that that your life is not the same as it was before because of either changes, deaths in the family, unable to do stuff, new skills, losing skills. And, you gotta adjust with that. You gotta embrace your new life and find new things that get you excited and new things you're good at and new things to improve upon.
Yeah, I definitely can agree with that, especially just on my personal, at least in the past year or so, I feel like I've really kind of focused on kind of improving myself and kind of what I call like breaking cycles, where it's either whether it's a bad habit or just something I feel like I'm just like, honestly, I didn't really sit back and question enough. Like, it's just, I was just so used to doing something. I just kind of kept doing it, but never was like, why am I still doing this? I'm not the same person I was in high school. I'm not the same person I was a year ago or the year before that. And, me, it's just all about like trying to find like how to embrace myself and, find like how can I refine what I am? Like there are certain things you can't really change about yourself. That is true, but it's how you manage them. It's how you manage that. And like, you can overcome some things, but there's parts of you that you have to just go, what is the part I should focus on? I think of it, as somebody that's a writer, like it's like, when you're writing the thing and like you have to cut stuff out to shorten it. It's like you got to focus. What details, are really the most critical to, your story you're telling.
So with that in mind, as we're talking about improving upon ourselves and also older people, is there anyone who is older, maybe who is elderly or maybe dead or something, but definitely is known for their twilight years? Is there anyone that you look up to as a role model that you're like, when I'm that age, I want to be like that?
Tough. I mean, I would say to an extent, I'm definitely inspired by my father, as someone that, has like a strong work ethic and, has been working at his, job for a long time to support me and, himself and really just pulled together through, different, tough things that have come up for us. But like at the very core, he's kept at that. And, at the same time too, he's also been better at like, seeing who are the people he should keep in his life, who he shouldn't, because he's gone through a bit of that. Where like, he had some friends that he cut off because they weren't being very good to him and that kind of thing. And he found like new things, to improve himself as he started taking yoga. Like 3 or 4 years ago, he started that kind of around when I got into college. And, he's made some friends from that, and it really has, improved. I definitely noticed he's been a lot calmer, and it's like that kind of thing, and just kind of finding, like, how to,
Yeah, I saw his old yoga setup. It is really well done. It's very well organized.
Yeah, he's certified for it. He's really
certified.
Yeah,
really?
certified. Yeah, instructor. He actually teaches classes now.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's really.
Does he do that as like a side gig?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, he does get paid a little bit for it. And
That's
it's
good.
pretty cool. I help him make some of the playlists because sometimes he does like music theme yoga, and he did a Pink Floyd one. Of course, I'm the big.
Oh my
Pink
gosh,
Floyd guy.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it was
That's
a
good
success.
bonding
Yeah.
activity.
He actually gave me a piece of the money from it. Because a lot of people actually signed up for it.
You know what you did with that money? You did it to buy him a stripper.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but maybe I think what I did. Oh, I used that money to buy the gold statue.
Yep.
Of what's his name? Oh yeah, that character. What's that character I always talk about? Beveron. Oh, Everon Kai, my arch nemesis. Check out my story someday. Thank you.
If you want people to check out your story, that means you got to publish it, Josh.
Oh, well, by the time that this really takes off, it's going to be published. That's what I'm thinking. See, I'm thinking relative to our
by the
future
time
selves.
this
Because it takes
quote
time.
unquote starts off and gets quote unquote popular, if it ever were to, we would be so swamped with business stuff. So like, start now, man. Start now, get it done, get it out of the way, so that way I always, I don't know, like, people that get I'd love for this to kick off. I definitely would. I think we definitely got a good vibe going. The thing is, if it were to kick off, our lives would get busier because of it. And so there would be less time to write that story.
Yeah, that's very.
There might be pressure. You might get some encouragement from fans to write it, but at that point, I don't know. Like, why not write the rough draft, put it out there for people to see, and then you can write something even better after. You I mean, this is something you said that you have had in your mind for years.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I've drawn sketches of it. I've, it's like, and again, like I'm starting it as like that kind of self-referencing fan fiction, but I do intentionally plan to transition it into its own thing based off, obviously the source, some of it comes from the real world, but it's going to be its own thing eventually. It's just, this is sort of my little thing right now.
So like, write it out.
Yep.
Let it be as good or bad as a rough draft can be.
Mm-hmm.
Write it out. Then review it. Final draft it. And then let it out in the world. And let it go. And then start a completely... How amazing would it feel to start a completely new thought process creatively speaking, about a new story, a new world,
a
new set of characters.
And then and eventually, that would be really cool, because that's my thing. I mean, this is just the thing. I'm focused on it now, and then when I really get through that, I'm gonna obviously have other stories I want to tell. There was, one thing I kind of wrote, like a short thing years ago in high school, that I really kind of want to do more of. It was called War on Christmas, and basically it was this epic battle between Santa Claus and this greedy corporation.
Yes,
and it was
that's
really
what I want to hear. That's what I want to read, my man. Tell me about it.
Well, so my thing was, I remember this whole thing where there's like this winter warlock, and he like his nose, and then he grabs his nose, he punches it in. It's like very cartoonish looking. I kind of see a very visual, like, oh yeah, here you go, and he like explodes into snow glitter or whatever, like a snow globe, and there's just all the winds are brutal, and then Santa's got his like elf army, and they talk to each other like soldiers in war, and like they're hiding in the little snow. They got like a little igloo fort thing, and corporation sending in like these robot copies, because it's kind of like showing like how conglomerate they are, and how repetitive their whole structure is. And it's just sort of like, and what it is really is a commentary on the whole thing is like, is it really that Christmas has become consumeristic, or is like some of like the nature of it like inherently going to lead to that? Like, if you're going to say it's about giving, is somebody going to say, well, I want to give someone something, who's going to make that something? Like, obviously. So
it kind of starts off as a joke and then becomes very commentative and very philosophical.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like it's a satire on something.
That's very good. You would definitely, if the name of the book or the story was War on Christmas, you definitely have to do something to really show that you're not like part of the Fox News.
Oh, that was kind of the joke is it was supposed to be like, you think that's what it is, but no, it's actually taken a more of an a different kind of thing, like saying like, oh, that's what they say the War on Christmas is. Well, this is the actual one. Like, this is what actually goes on. Like, even though the story's on surface level about like a literal war, there's that figurative sense within.
Or it could be War on Christmas, and it talks about how there was a ceasefire during World War I on Christmas.
Yeah, yes, there was, and maybe that could be a thing where it's like their fighting resumes when theirs stops, because they can't have it all at the same time. Well, no, I don't really want to set it in that time. I was thinking it would be set in the future.
Right, no.
So I want the technology to be, it's sort of like a warning of like, this is where society could lead in like a fantasy setting, because it's definitely not the same as our thing. It's just funny how I still remember. I have like a photographic memory, guys, so like I remember like a lot of things I do, like things I've done, decisions I've made, and even sometimes stories I've written. Like, I think, even look back on things I wrote really early on. Like, what if I went back to this with my, now, college graduated, mindset, with all the knowledge I've gained about writing and all that, and like, what if I went back and actually tried to make this into something?
So, like, if it was, say, Santa conglomerates, like corporations and stuff. So I wonder if there would be like a section where he's like dealing with Wall Street and the stock market and shit.
Well, it's the whole idea.
So
that
he's hedging funds.
Oh, what if it's like what if the twist is that he actually was working for them the whole time or something?
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing.
He sold out, and then it's like, oh, why did I sell out?
So now the head elf has to take over.
Yeah, that could be like the second half of the story, because it like subverts like the thing. You think, oh, this is just going to be the conflict. The whole thing.
It could be a way of showing that like,
the next generation's going to fix the previous generation's mistakes,
and that a person can Santa in the first half does a lot of good, but at some point he will make a misstep, and it's up for the next generation to then continue his work.
And this is actually another story thing. I think I mentioned this to you once before. I was like, what if we had a story where it's like, oh, it's a typical chosen one thing, and then it doesn't end when they save the world. Right. It continues, and it's like, wait, but you're still following it from like their perspective as a protagonist, and like you're going to slowly start to see them doing questionable things, but you're seeing it through their lens. So at first, you don't really see it coming.
Because they believe everything they do is part of the destiny and the prophecy, so they never and they don't get questioned by others. They never get questioned by the others, and they never question themselves.
Yeah, and because and the whole thing was the conflict is what really brought everybody together to work for them, and without this conflict, like these other people with these diverse personalities, they're not really going to, they're not really going to get along, and they're trying to hold on to their glory, this glory that they achieved and there's even hints early on where like, maybe they're excessively brutal to the villain or someone they defeat them, and like the way it's described sounds more like a villain, torturing a hero, when it's like the hero is trying to save the day, but like it's like kind of subtle about it, because again, you're following the protagonist, and again, the whole thing a lot of people don't understand is there can be villain protagonists. There's a lot of fictional things.
Thanos was a protagonist in Infinity War.
And Invader Zim, if you've seen that show, like the whole thing, that one I think is a really good example of that, because it really does, like, you know, Dib is technically like the one trying to save the Earth, but it depends on the episode even, like, you know, sometimes he's painted as the antagonist because we see it from Zim's perspective that he's trying to carry out this mission, you know, to please his leaders and like that kind of thing, but like he's technically the villain. But Dib antagonizes him, and like the way it's framed, it is like that, and it's kind of, it blurs the line a bit.
So, question, with a series like that, where the villain is the protagonist, like Invader Zim.
Yeah.
Let's specify on Invader Zim. What was the end goal of that series? Like, say, like, you know, they got all the funding that they wanted. They never got canceled. They got to tell their full story. How could they have ended that?
Well, I remember reading that one of the ideas the creator was going to go with was like this whole thing where there is like a bigger, large scale war between, like, you know, Zim's, like, you know, kind, the Urkins, and like the other things in the galaxy, and it turns into like there's like a resistance war, which was like there's hints of it in the series of like there's like this resistance to them called the Resisti and all that, because they're trying to conquer the galaxy pretty much. And then the whole thing was that, you know, somehow he would get involved in it, and there'd be this whole thing where he actually wins, and he actually, you know, but then there was that was a possible thing, but there was another thing I remember an interview he's mentioning where it's like apparently Zim was like supposed to grow, eventually he was going to grow an attachment to Earth, you know, over time, and it was like, you know, he's not really going to be like, I'm going to destroy it now he's actually embraces it, and like,
now I'm just going to
so now
destroy
Dib's,
part of it and conquer it.
Or like, you know, and then it's like Dib's now kind of like, you know, Dib obviously, I guess, wouldn't trust him still, so he would become more of a villain in a way, because it's now like he's just the only one that really still sees him as a threat. And that's kind of how the series is, like, even though he does things that are bad, he's the only character on Earth that really is like aware of, like, you know, what he's doing, besides a couple other characters who obviously see that Zim's kind of incompetent, and, you know, he'll screw himself over. But it's just that kind of interesting interplay. But I thought that was an interesting one too. But I don't know if the other thing I read was like, you know, a fan interpretation, because there's a lot of that. There's a lot of fan theories and stuff with that show, I think, or, you know, a lot of fan fictions. But because it ended very abruptly, but it had a cult following. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. How many minutes we in?
We're at 32.
All right, so
halfway there, living on a prayer.
Me and Josh have been sitting in this car for the last 30 minutes. I need to get out and stretch my legs.
So we can take a break.
So we're gonna take a break. So now we're gonna go to the sponsors. See you in a bit.
Is your life down in the gutters? Is it those evil little sponges in the sky falling down? Then you need the Dirt Scrub. The Dirt Scrub removes all cleanness and makes everything streaky dirty. Not enough? Oh, the dog doesn't need a bath and you need something to do? Make them dirty.
Is your underwear too white? Add some streaks in it with Streak Dirty.
Order now and we'll throw in the free Toilet Plunger of Doom. Only available in Canada. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And we're back, folks, after a little adventure.
We're back. We barely survived. The deals. Everyone was fighting for the deals. It was a bloodbath. I haven't seen that much death around prices since Black Friday.
Which one?
1998.
Oh yeah.
Tickle me elbow.
Let's just really take this. I am the Noonanite Emperor, so if you destroy me, my Noonanites are coming for you. I have an entire empire.
Now you're threatening them. Okay, well if any of our listeners ever die, the CIA will investigate us because they listened to us and you threatened them.
I did not. That did not happen. You guys did not.
It's not true.
No,
it's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh my gosh, I love you so much. And the Disaster Artist, which is a portrayal of James Franco in the role. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, look, it's true stuff.
Yeah, it's too bad that our viewers can't see that.
Yes, they can. They just gotta imagine.
Yeah, you gotta create an illusion fighter and battle the illusion fighters.
Yeah, there's a shooting star outside right now.
Yep. See, I have to say that we just walked around. They added this new thing in our town. It was pretty cool. It's like this like village thing, and they got like a market, and it was like all I could think about is like this is like a good hangout spot, and it's like it's so convenient. It's perfect. You know, like even if you guys are listening, and we ever do like a public meetup or something or a meet and greet, it'll probably they have a convention center. They got a convention center.
Well, they
They're working
will.
well.
Well,
by the time that you got, again, as I said, we're trying to be ahead of our time. So
yeah, we're making predictions. I predict we'll have 100. We'll have
babies will fall from the sky.
We will have 1 million listeners by the 23rd century.
I believe the word I think that was, that's because in the 22nd century they did this thing where they basically changed all the numbers. So million is actually equal to what is a trillion right now. They kind of switched it around. I don't know exactly why.
22nd century is when Phil is from the future.
Oh, Phil Collins? Phil Collins.
No, Phil of the future.
Oh, yeah, Disney Channel, yeah. Oh, yeah, you used to tell me about that one.
Phil of the future is the 22nd century, man. On a holiday through history.
Yeah.
And some mystery. And it's in the time machine and blow. Now I ended up here in our time zone. Now it's Phil of the future. Na, 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 na. Phil.
Yeah, but Phil Collins, you listen to Phil Collins. No. Filbert, yeah. Filbert. No, Phil Collins. No, Phil Collins. Invisible touch, yeah. He reaches in and grabs right hold of your heart.
Phil of the future.
Now they have an invisible touch, yeah. He takes control and slowly tears you apart. You know who I'm talking about.
He's
I know you're listening.
22nd century, man.
Because I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes.
Oh shit, Josh.
What?
We're getting pulled over right now.
We are. Oh yeah, that's right, Invisible.
I'm not joking, Josh. We're actually getting pulled over right now. Oh, hold on a second. No, keep recording.
So like, I just have to say, guys, whatever happens to us, you guys reach out to us, give us a little love, affection, praise, whatever you need to do.
Shh, don't let them know we're recording. Hello, officer. How is there a problem?
Yes, there is a very big problem indeed. Your license plate fell off a mile ago.
It did?
Yeah, we found on the road it was covered up in charred ashes. You got something burning in the back?
Just these hot rods. No, sir.
No, I think we need to investigate. It smells
that is not necessary. That is not necessary.
I smell the smell of death. I can smell death.
Okay, well, how would you know the smell of death?
Well, that was years ago.
You were the one who murdered the girl in my trunk.
Oh, no, you can't tell anyone. You really can't, because
No,
I'm a
too late.
dinosaur. I'm a dinosaur.
The police.
What do you mean? I am the police, bitch.
Oh, police corruption, Deb. Oh, no.
Metaphor. Oh, wow, another brilliant metaphor. That was, so you guys just got punked.
Punked. P-U-N-K-D. Punch in the face. Fuck you.
Yeah. See, Josh Noonan got the walls.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say fuck you. Please.
No, it's okay.
I love you, listeners. Please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm not punching you. I don't like violence.
You know, I think we can all attest to that. You know, to an extent. I mean, there's times where
Bowman's
it's like
is still closed, by the way.
Yeah, they're probably not going to reopen because it got out there, dude. Like the stories, like, so if you guys remember last time we were talking about, basically there was a Bowman's boycott because they wanted to lift the mask mandate. The employees really were not, where they were like, you know, like we don't really agree with this. We might take action. And right when they did, they fired everybody. And
no negotiation.
Yep.
No
meeting or anything, just everybody, not even just the people that we're talking about, because it wasn't everybody working the store. They just did it on a thing, and it started. If you go on Twitter, #boycott Bull Moose. There's so many stories of a lot of horrible, experiences.
Not a lot of
employees.
Stories, like maybe 25 stories.
Okay, well, relatively
like
well
it's
for
that
the.
big of a store.
Well, to me it is because I've been going.
Oh
there
no,
my
I know.
I understand.
It is big to you. It is big to both of us.
I just want to show off a little bit some of the people listening that may be like, oh Josh, what is it you live in? We're not going to say obviously, but you'll
I
get
think
the idea.
anyone who cares enough can probably piece it together by now.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to create like an intentional mystery because I think
except an intentional mystery doesn't lead to us getting doxxed.
Well, dude, I'm telling you, you need to not worry about that. I have a plan.
You have a plan?
I do. It's called negotiations for sure. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Please dox us then. Okay.
I got a better deal. How about we don't?
And say we did. All right, here we go.
Oh, hey guys, what are you guys doing here? It's Jeffrey from the fan club. How's it going, Jeff?
It's going good, my man. Still owe me $5.
Yeah, I'll get you an autograph. But anyways,
No.
You gotta get out of here
Now
because
you
I
gotta
gotta
pay interest. Now it's $25.
Well, come on, I got student loans as it is. I just got a job. Okay, I start like on Friday.
I got loans too from the loan shark, so you gotta pay up.
I got an idea. Let me call the Noonanites. Noonanites, I summon allies.
Hey, as long as you summon money, I don't care. Hey,
They're everywhere.
I'm pulling out this gun right now. As
Georgie,
you can see, I'm just saying it in
Rocky
the words.
Picture has
I'm
lost
saying
his
the
gun.
words for some reason.
Leave
I don't know
it
why I'm
out
saying
now,
it.
he's
The
having
words, you can
fun.
obviously see that I have a gun, but I have a gun right now, and I will shoot you if you don't give me my $30.
Yeah, I think that was kind of funny how, like, you know, we were there and sorry, I don't
Give
have
me
that.
my $35.
No, I thought it was $5. What happened? What are you, a
Interest
mama set?
goes
Mama
up.
set? You mama set?
Interest goes up.
You're a mama set. Get back to the zoo.
$50, or I'll
50.
shoot your foot.
What do you mean? This isn't actually mine. This is an illusion fighter. The real Josh is actually doing something else right now.
$60 for every word you say.
No.
$120.
No.
$180.
No. I don't
What's
think
180 plus 60?
$2.
$2?
$2.40.
$2. You owe me
No.
$2.
Oh, okay. That sounds better then. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
We're a little bit early. This is so I like to be, you know, you guys know how I am. I'm a bit of a show off. So basically, I just thought I'd tell you guys I did get a job. I'm very excited about it. I'm starting on Friday. You should be interested in amusement park. You know,
He is going to be the one ripping out all the equipment out of the ride, so that way you go on the ride forever. Yay!
Oh, that's right. That's what my friend said about the thing about how technically I work at Canopy. Oh, sorry, at Canopy. It's called Canopy Lark. Now, Canopy Lark is in Japan. We're in Japan. But anyways, back to my point. So they were saying that I'd technically be a carny, and apparently because now they can tell their friends that one of their friends is a carny. Apparently, it gives them street cred. That's what I heard. Not kidding. Really, someone told me that.
What's a carny?
Somebody works in a carnival kind of setting, I guess.
Okay, well, so when I worked at the amusement park, people would make a joke about, like, the games being, like, carnival games, and they'd be rigged.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was funny. They told me to do that.
I would always say in response, either it was my dad or the guys, like, if it was rigged, if it was really rigged like a carnival, we would not be in business. Like, people would sue. Like, a carnival has the luxury of being able to get up and leave.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. It just shows up, and then a week later it's gone before you can complain. But see,
we can't leave.
I know, but it just was kind of funny to me. I just think that kind of stuff's funny because it's like, oh, okay.
I will say, as you're also going to be, you're going to be in games, like, let me know what games you end up with, and I can maybe, like, give you some tips on how to run it, because, like, there are, like, obviously, so when a customer walks in, you have to explain the rules.
Yeah.
But there are ways you can explain the rules and the prizes that can be really fun and funny.
Yeah.
And really hype up the game and hype up the people. And like, you can pit, like, customers against each other, really, like, get them, like, excited to beat the other.
Oh, there we go. And then it's just like my plan tomorrow with the tournament. And Noon Knights turn against each other for my amusement. Who is the best Noon Knight?
So the games, back on topic.
No.
So yes.
I need power.
Yes. So
money.
you know how you get money? By you
you work your job.
Yeah.
So you can make it real fun. You can make it real funny. You can get into a certain rhythm. You can have basically a spiel. Before you know it, you're going to need a lot of water because you'll be saying the same thing over and over again. So you have to find fun ways to really change up what you're saying to make it fun for the customer. Especially if the customer is in line and they have to hear you say the same thing. Like say the first person in line, explain it to them, and the person behind them, they come up and you have to say the same thing. Like no, you change it up a bit, find fun ways to explain it, kind of make what's the word?
Make cheese doodles and one's all right. So the first person, step right up for ring toss.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that. Don't try to sound like a carnival guy. Just be like, hey guys, welcome to Balloon Pop. You ready to pop? What else? Balloons. All you gotta do, pop a balloon, get a prize. The more you pop, bigger prize. You pop that one right there. Nothing will happen, but I want that one gone for some reason. So if you pop that one right there, I'll give you a high five. And if you pop this one, I'll draw a funny face on this one.
Oh yeah, that would be. That actually does sound really good. I'm really good with on the spot stuff, so I think that I should.
Yeah, I think it'll be great, man.
I just think honestly, this would be better than say a retail setting for me personally.
Yeah, you can't be like, step right up, give me your money, and I'll let you leave the store. If you don't give me money, you stay here forever.
Can I speak to the manager?
I am the manager.
Not yet.
Who would you be?
Who would I be in what?
Of the Three Stooges.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not. I mean, I know that
I could definitely see you being part of the next Three Stooges.
Yeah, better than the reboot that no one talks about.
Oh my gosh, that movie sucked.
I remember watching that. My friend.
No, that movie. Why do I say suck so much? I'm being very negative. This episode. I think it just has to do with no excuses, but I just gotta. I'm not really active myself in terms of my positivity. I'm not being very positive this weekend. I'm not being encouraging to you, my friend.
No, it's okay.
My
I
slave.
understand. But I just really think that that I think, therefore I am, right? Now, one of those philosophers once said,
yes. Who was it? LeBron James?
Oh yeah. No, it was Captain Star Johnson.
No, it was Michael Jordan, man.
No, it was Star Johnson.
Yes.
The greatest space captain of the 24th and a half century.
Oh, that's John Luke Picard.
No, but it's in Superman, when you fight and the right, he will laugh like. Yeah.
If someone laughed like that, I would be so jealous.
Yeah.
I want to laugh like that. My laughs are or if I'm having a good day, my laugh's like
yeah.
But if my laugh was natural, like the one you just made up on the spot,
yep,
I would love to have that kind of laugh.
Yeah, thank you. Well, you guys want to hear you guys want to hear my evil laugh?
Hey, guys. Josh. We got a caller to our podcast. Hey, Eric. Welcome to our podcast. What's up?
Hey. Is this the one podcast you were talking about?
Yeah, welcome to Seriously Sidetracked, Eric. You're our first caller. Yay!
Yeah, thank you, yes.
The first caller that hasn't hanged up after we told them they're on a podcast. My debt collector called a bit ago. We told them and they hanged up on us, but you didn't, so thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Glad to be a part of this.
How you doing today, Eric?
So far, so good. Can't complain right now.
Yeah, how's the weather down there?
It's miserable. It's hot. It's gonna get worse in July and August, but luckily it's only 103.
Okay, Eric, keep telling us things about the state you're in, and let's see if Josh, my friend Josh here, can guess where you are. All right.
All right.
What's
Well,
what's the Scott? What is it? Sunny out right now?
yes, it's currently sunny out.
Mm-hmm.
Sun's still up.
Yeah.
Arizona.
Damn it! How do you know?
I have magic powers. As you guys know, I have like a power. I have magic powers. Remember, I've tried to build this up to everyone. See, that was an example.
All right, Eric, I'll talk to you later. All right, me and Josh are finishing up, but I'll talk to you later, and we can talk about what you called for. All right, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. You know, if you want any more Q&As, I guess, for me during your podcast, then
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can get somebody too.
Josh, ask Eric. Eric, this is my friend Josh. Josh, ask him a question.
What is the meaning of life to you?
Meaning of life?
Yeah.
Yep.
Meaning of life, well, I'd say it's precious. You only get it once, and you try to live it to the fullest.
Amen.
Oh,
my
good.
man.
Thanks.
Amen.
Thank you.
What's your opinion
No
on
problem.
boots?
From Dora.
What's your opinion on wearing boots?
Wearing boots?
On wearing boots.
I mean, they're clunky. I honestly don't mind them. That's probably because I don't wear them a lot. Never really need to. I assume where you guys are from, you guys would have to wear boots during, I guess, the winter when it's snowing a lot.
Yeah.
I wear flip flops.
I usually just wear my shoes, my regular shoes, and I let them get soaked, and then
Yeah,
my feet hurt.
Yeah, like it kind of become a stubbornness thing up here, where like we wear boots, but like
It's
a
kind
lot
of hard to
people-
walk with them on. Like,
It's hard to walk with them on, and then
taking them off.
Once you get to like your destination, then you take them off, or you have to keep wearing them, and it's hot to wear
Yeah,
them.
oh yeah. Only if I'm like shoveling snow usually.
Yeah,
or
so
if,
it's
like,
kind of
really
become a
big, 'cause it
stubbornness
gets really
thing
big
where
sometimes.
we kind of put up with just wearing our regular shoes in the snow, just so that way when we get to our destination and we're there for hours, we just don't have to deal with boots.
Yeah, I can understand that. Any other questions? Comments?
Josh, what should he do while he's visiting Boston?
I think he should definitely check. Just go to the aquarium. Go to the aquarium, definitely.
All right.
Take one of those little, like, I don't know if they have those duck boat tour things. I forget what they're called. Like, you take the little boat out and it goes around.
They're duck tour.
Yeah,
duck boat tours.
and definitely. I don't know if you drink or anything, but you could visit a bar.
He's too
maybe
young for that.
Oh, okay. I have a couple new nights like that. It's all good.
All right, Eric. I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to
Yeah, of
embarrass you
course.
like this.
Oh, no problem. Glad to be a part of this podcast.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'll talk to you in a bit. Bye.
All right. Take care of you too. See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.
I have no idea who that was.
I knew who that was. That's how I knew where. That's why I know he was from, because that's an illusion fighter I created, because I was telling you guys about illusion fighters. I
Were
created
you
it.
spying on me? Is that
No,
why I know
well-
Eric? Because you were spying on me?
I spy on everyone. Everybody in the Noonanites knows that I have details. I have like file cabinets full of information
Anyway,
on everybody.
so
Guys,
we
I know
have now
you guys brush your when you brush your
Phil!
teeth.
Phil!
Phil Collins. Wait, Phil called in.
No, that was Eric.
No, that was.
I don't have any friends named Phil.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, Phil Collins. Phil Collins. Yes, right.
No, I don't have any friends named Phil.
Yeah, I know. What about Philly Phil?
No.
He plays bass. He's got that.
I don't have
bottom
any
for
friends
him.
named Phil.
Yeah, I think we all do. We all get our fill sometimes. Oh.
So Phil filled me?
Yeah,
Phil filled me in?
Yep.
Ew.
I don't know about that, but
I'm not attracted to Phil. Now maybe if it was like
you're Phil sexual.
if it was Gabe, Now, Gabe...
Wait, Gabe? Oh, him? I remember him. He used to... Yeah, we used to see him. The guy with the big beard, right? That we saw one time at the movies.
No, this is not an actual Gabe.
Because I was thinking of somebody that...
Gabe.
Oh, yeah, Illusion Fighter.
Not fictional Phil. Fictional Gabe.
Yeah, the manga version. Yeah, the manga version of Gabe is very interesting.
All likeness to people, real or fictional, is purely coincidental.
I should say that when I write my story. That's what I'm going to do to get you. I'll say that when you try to bring me to court for my story, like simply using your likeness. I'll say, well,
and then I'll just use these recordings as evidence that you used my likeness.
Well, not if my
and then I'll say that I'm suing you for damages to my reputation because people read this and were like, wait, Nicholas, as in the famed therapist Nicholas, I can't get therapy from him if he's like this.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I'm going to have my secretary delete all this. Don't worry, that's what the good politicians do.
So we just know all this is going to be deleted. Our precious podcast is going to be deleted.
It kind of leads into what Eric said. I mean, life is short, it's precious.
Don't delete anything. You know what? Later, when you're listen back to this,
I'm going to delete it.
No.
And we're just going to pretend we didn't do it.
If there's parts you want to cut out, I'm totally fine with that. Just ask me if you. Beforehand, all right?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to take over now, and I'm gonna become.
So we're in the car,
and then
we're about to end.
And then suddenly, Electric Barbarella comes on the radio. Right? I said Electric Barbarella comes on the radio.
Josh is starting to spiral. He needs to go to bed.
No, I need some ham. Spiral ham. No, I'm fine. I was just having fun. But anyways,
I'm not saying don't have fun.
Okay. But yeah. So anyways,
am I making you uncomfortable by saying stuff like that?
No. I just thought it just. Well, I thought
in me trying to. I thought you wanted me to kind of help you be a bit more focused.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's fine. It's just sometimes I take that as people are trying to tell me not to do my thing because sometimes
I'm sorry,
I know it's okay. Well, I understand what you're trying to do. I appreciate it. I didn't want you to think that something was off. I was just.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry
Josh, I'm really sorry.
Well, it's okay, man. It's all good.
I want you to feel comfortable around me, and
I do. I just
be yourself.
I'm sorry if it was too much out of hand. When I get into my thing, I like to go. I get kind of excited when I think that people are listening.
Don't you also feel like sometimes you get trapped in a certain thought as well, though?
What do you mean?
Sometimes you get focused on one detail or one thought, and then
I like to riff on it. That's how my mind works. I have these obsessions where I get into something for maybe a month or a couple weeks, and I focus on. That's just how my mind works. It's it just is and it can be annoying to me sometimes because I'm come on, you're doing this again, because I can recognize a lot of my own patterns.
Would you like me to try to kind of
well, if you
focus it back onto the topic? Or would you like me to just let you keep going until you tire yourself out?
Yeah, you can play off it, or play off it where you kind of when you push something back. I like when you do that.
Try to play off of it instead of just be no. Try to play off of it and steer it away.
Yeah, steer it, and then because I'll get into it. Yeah. Like what you did earlier with the Everon thing. You're I want to hear about your other stories, and then I talked about another story, and I was still getting to do what I want to do.
All right, so I'm sorry. I'll try to do better, and I'll try to keep doing stuff like that instead, where I play off of it instead of just stopping. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. I understand.
You're my best friend, Josh. I don't want you to feel.
I know. Tomorrow's Best Friends Day. That was what I was leading into.
Is it really?
Yep. You're gonna have a tournament. That's what I mean. You want to decide who is the best Noonanite.
Who is the best Noonanite? Well, I will be the best one. You know why?
Because
I bribed you and I paid you beforehand, so I'm gonna win.
Yeah, about that the check bounced. Sorry.
Who did you process it through?
Oh, I processed it through this guy. I think he's actually in the thing too. He runs his own bank.
Who?
Commander, First Lieutenant.
No, dude. Of course it would bounce. He's out to get me.
Yeah, that's right. It's Smalls. You ever heard of Smalls?
Yes, Biggie Smalls, very important rapper.
No. Smalls is this guy. He works at one of the stores around here. His name is Smalls, and he's been rising through the ranks.
Smalls, Biggie.
No, Smalls Watson.
The Noonanites saved Biggie Smalls before he died, and now he's part of the Noonanites because he's indebted.
Yeah, we put him in the witness relocation program.
Yes,
that's
Tupac, however, is dead.
Or so they thought.
Now, Tupac is actually an agent of Evron.
Oh, now you're going to do my thing. Okay. Okay, well...
Well, yes, I'm overcorrecting.
Yeah, I know, because and that's kind of my thing now of everybody. Like, anybody that's listening to this that knows me and, like, is listening to this is like, oh, he's going off about that again. Well, yeah, that's my thing. See, part of my whole thing is I'm kind of like, it's just me, you know? Like, I know it's pretty crazy how I get into it, but I don't know, I just have fun with the whole, like, you know, what if this was actually, like, a thing? And what if I'm, like, a superhero that's going to save the world from this thing? And, like, I just like coming up with, like, I like the creative process of, like, how can I take this life moment and tie it into my ridiculous story? Like, that's the part I really enjoy doing. I like kind of telling people, like, you know, oh, today I did this. Well, I did it because I was fighting against Evron, or like, oh, this is why this happened to me, you know, this terrible thing. Oh, it's because he did it. And I know it's a fictional thing. I don't want you guys to think I'm like detached from reality. I know I'm making this up. It's like I like to entertain, and it kind of blurs the line a bit. And I know people in the past have kind of gotten the wrong idea about it, but I'm trying to kind of refine it and really focus on, like, you know, and just kind of letting people in on, like, the thing. And
Yes,
let people
I think you letting people in on it makes it feel a lot
more authentic,
and a lot less like you being random.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Joke.
It's like it's a running thing that, like, I'm building on, like it's a routine, like a comedy routine, and I'm not just like that's the thing. What I've realized what I can do is like if I just focus on some key things and, you know, really refine those things, kind of like refine yourself. And I was saying earlier, best interests,
refine yourself like a minery.
Yeah,
like with rocks. Got to get the iron out of the rocks.
What if we could just crush rocks up into a liquid and drink it? What would it taste like?
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that's just what mineral water is.
Yeah, actually, wow, you're right. We're a little over now. I guess we could stop now.
No.
Don't stop
going.
dancing. Don't stop dancing. Even if it kills you, even if it drains up everything, you gotta give the people what they want.
Well, what do they want? Do they want to dance or do they want to live?
Well, it's like they just want to see. They want to see the entertainer give the people what they want to see.
Wait.
It's from a show.
What?
It's from a show.
Say that again.
They wanted the entertainer to give them what they came to see.
You want the entertainer to give them what they came to see?
Yeah, like like if you're like a comedian, they came to see your comedy actor. You're filming a sitcom called Horsing Around in the 90s at BoJack Horseman on Netflix. Watch it. Well, no, I said you got to give the people what they want. I'm sorry.
But what if they don't know what they want?
Well, then I guess that's a question for another episode. But
no, we're answering that right now.
Well, I think if they don't know what they want, then maybe that's kind of society's fault, because if we, they have like their attention and mindset.
Yeah, let's go next episode. No, okay, let's. No.
Incredible details.
No, keep going. Yeah, if they don't. Keep going, as you were saying.
Well, I was saying, like, it's like if it's like, they've been internalized in their mind to not really understand, their situation, or like understand when something's a joke and when it's not, then they can take it within their life and they could, use it to harm someone, or, or they, misunderstand the satire of something. Like, they need to be educated to an extent before they can really, even though, yes, it's true, comedy should just appeal to people because, they're paying money to see it. And, but at the same time, there is that kind of artistic level of, caution that you need to take.
And it's also subjective. Like, there's things you can do beforehand to be like, okay, yeah, this comedian will be for me or not. But there's only so much before you can do before you just have to take a chance on whether or not you'll enjoy something.
Yeah, take a chance on me.
When I'm by your side. Yeah.
You're listening to WJN8 Radio, and we got more hits coming up, more chance for you to win tickets, concerts you can finally see. Da-da-da-da-da.
Please don't stop listening to radio, because this is how we make money. Please stop listening to Spotify. Please listen to radio. And we're back with Billy in the morning.
Good afternoon, Ted. So anyways, today weather's looking nice. Not a cloud in the sky. Got sunny. 70 degrees out. Not as hot as yesterday. The chance of the showers later tonight, Ed. And enjoy the show.
All right. And with that, that's the end of the show.
Yep.
Thanks so much, guys, for listening. We'll see you again in about 2 weeks.
Yep.
I really think us doing it 2 weeks is really good for the schedule.
Yeah, and then I'm going to be working too, so I can work that into my schedule there and all that.
I will try to come back in 2 weeks' time with more of a positive attitude and be more respectful of Josh's humor.
And I will try to, like, you know, not to go too much into one specific thing and just kind of connect things together, because I know I'm usually
And
really
I
good
will
with
try
that.
to facilitate that and just be a better friend for Josh.
Thank you. And I will try to be a better friend to you too, and let you speak your thing when you want to go off into a different topic and that kind of thing, because this is our podcast, not mine, not yours, it's ours.
And also Eric's podcast now. Because now he...
No, it's Phil. That's Phil. Phil Collins.
Oh, Phil on the future!
Phil Collins.